He was a lot closer, and Labovitz would have just celebrated a goal with his ACC career rather than a free pizza. So, Perriman woken up, goes back to Martino for Virginia Tech.
Head singing.
You guys, they have back over for the day. Which former Wisconsin All-American?
Wait a second. Time out.
The late 1800s.
Why the hell would you ask that?
I mean,
Because it ties Notre Dame and Wisconsin together.
It took the late 1800s, though.
He was nicknamed the Kangaroo Kicker, the big All-American punter.
He's a college football Hall of Famer.
I'm not questioning that.
No, I know.
The 1800s, you're asking?
1896, 1899.
I mentioned
seeded, though, the 1800s.
And earlier, to wrap up the hint that I gave, that he was a central character in the great book that Dave Revson wrote several years ago, The Opening Kickoff. That a really fascinating tale of how he wound up to be a college football player at Wisconsin. I just learned this week
This is going to be the
Hugh.
best defense Nick Saban has ever had.
Here's Flores.
21-3.
And a turnaround. Instead, the ball's won by ETSU.
By 2 points. So I think it's a running quarterback and give them fits, coach.
Kenua.
Against Florida, Alabama is sloppy. They had 13 penalties, and they did not play Alabama football in the second half. The question I have, is Florida that good, or Alabama that
The
vulnerable?
aggression certainly
Time
there for
will
the
tell, sweetheart.
Time will tell. Time will tell. I think
State.
Alabama, this is one of Nick Saban's best defenses. The
Flores.
Chris Allen injury hurts them.
Could be
because
developing
and
here
Will
on
Anderson
the ground,
edge.
and
That was
Labovitz couldn't
dangerous.
step
I think
in
this
front.
is an overreaction. I think they went to the
What a
swamp.
great pass
They were
by
up 21 to
Flores,
3.
though.
If there's a lesson
Labovitz was
to be learned
inside
to
of the
this young
6 to
football
smash
team,
that
you can't
ball
take your
from
foot off the
Perryman.
gas.
Just
Florida
ahead
got rocket.
of
They
the
got
star
their
forward
fans
for
got
Virginia
going.
Tech.
They started to
Let's
believe.
take another look at this.
So I think
This
it's,
is
to
one of the
me,
best
it's
opportunities the
more
Hokies have had
impressed with
all night.
Florida
First of all, great
than more
pass
concern
from Flores,
with Alabama.
trying to find that
agree with that. I
left
think
foot.
Alabama ought to be proud of
Labovitz
that.
about
Yeah,
half
that's a
step
really
Yeah.
good win.
Yeah.
away.
You know, even
From
though
just being able to
Oklahoma has
toe
won the
tap that
national
in.
championship, they've made a lot of
Labovitz
playoff
has the
appearances.
lone
There's
shot on
perception
goal
they're
in this
head and
game
shoulders
for
above.
Virginia
They've
Tech.
got West Virginia tonight. Given the
Great
Sooners
pass
win the
from
Big 12,
Flores, just could not connect.
I think they will. I think it's going to be a
Creativity in the
struggle. Though. I
vision
think
there.
tonight they can lose this game, but then they can
What
still
could have
win
been
the Big 12 if they
another
play
crucial
like
goal
West
for
Virginia again in the
Labovitz, who
championship game.
already
So I
has
think they
scored
still will win the
4
Big 12.
goals in
Coach.
3
I think
games.
they win the Big 12 because the competition is not very good. But
kick
they
for
got to
the
watch
Hokies.
out.
You know, Jacob
Texas
Labovitz
and
Bailey, somebody
Dallas.
began his career
Tough game,
Dickinson.
boy. Texas and
2017
Dallas.
Northeast.
See, I think Oklahoma, it reminds me of one of those teams
There are a lot of
that's-
Hokie players who have started their careers
it's
elsewhere,
stuck in third
transferred
gear, and at any moment you
Labovitz,
feel like they
we
could
talked
go
about
up into
earlier,
fourth
Coach
and then
Brisson
fifth
told
gear.
us earlier
They have
this week.
so much
He's kinda
potential,
taken on that
and
Christo
yet they're
Strickland
just
role.
kind of trying to figure it out. This will not be an easy
Dowell.
game tonight against West Virginia.
No.
If
It's
they end up
in.
winning impressively,
Pugh
then that's
sneaks the
saying
ball
something. West
past
Virginia, they
Perryman,
did
and the
score
Hokies
defense
take
in
a
the conference
1-0
a year ago,
lead.
and most of those guys are back. They played good
I can
games.
see them losing tonight, but then beating them in the
That'd be
championship
a good
game.
game.
West Virginia's never
What
beat
a goal for
the top five
Virginia
team.
Tech,
They'll be fired up
1-0
25
with
all-time.
35 minutes
Wisconsin
and
arriving here to
41
get set
seconds
to
left.
take on Notre Dame, Wisconsin in the Big Ten. Ohio State
What
plays
an
active today.
excellent
CJ
ball.
Stroud is
Hokies
gonna be
have
the
a blind
emergency
pressure
quarterback. You see the
throughout
back.
the entirety of the game today. First of all, great pass.
I think
McDowell
Ohio
leads the team
State struggled.
in
The
assists
Huskers
over
counted
the
us
head
down
of
to kickoff, an hour
Labovitz.
53
I don't even know if
away.
Pugh was the intended
Ohio
target
State
there,
has been
but he was
so
trailing
far
Jacob
above
Labovitz.
everyone else
The
in the
Hokies
Big
are
Ten,
up
but
1-0.
now it
What a
feels
chance
like
by
they might be
Pugh,
challenged.
Did not
Hardly, I
connect
think,
on
to
that
beat a
pass the
champ,
way
you
he
gotta
likely
beat the
would have
champ.
wanted it to
I'm
smash
still
the
waiting
ball
for a Big
past
Ten
Perryman,
team
Evan,
to
but
beat
instead
Ohio State.
kept with
So
it
until that
and
happens,
found a way
I
to
still
score a
think that
goal.
Ryan Day will figure it out, and Ohio State will be fine.
Ohio
so
State's had
active
problems
today,
on
Billy. Didn't mean to cut
defense.
you off there,
But
but
I think their
it's almost like
offense
he's being
is enough to
rewarded
win
for
the
that goal
Big
because
Ten.
he's
But
been the one who's had the
for
most
years,
touches in the attack
Michigan
and they're in
game.
dangerous spots.
Yeah,
Good old
second goal
Michigan
of the
game.
season for the
Same as
sophomore
it
from
used to be,
Ireland.
might decide it all. The Michigan game is
I don't think might. I think it will. I think Michigan looks great. Ohio State's vulnerable. Don't forget about Penn State. They come to Columbus. I think this Big Ten East, it's fascinating because I think it's wide open. In the past, it's been Ohio State's talent and everybody else. Ohio State still has talent, and they could light that fuse at any moment. But they have real concerns on defense that in the middle of the season, it's tough to just snap and fix it. You can't change scheme, and the players just got to step up and start making better plays.
Yeah, the point of all this is the gap smaller. It feels like it is. It feels like we might have some turnover in the playoff teams. Of course, you got to take Kevin Morgan in pretty good shape in the Pac-12 to be ahead of a one-loss Big Ten champ and ACC champ. And in the Big 12 tonight, Gavin Hurdy will call West Virginia and Oklahoma. You know, Oklahoma's only punted 5 times this year. With teams have punted less often. There's 3 or 4 on 4th down. But that Presbyterian aggression, Oklahoma's not there yet. Gene Wojciechowski is here, and Gene, Presbyterian's coach, he thinks way outside the conventional box.
That's true, Reese. There was a time growing
Pugh
up,
had a
the
goal
Presbyterian
earlier this
College
season.
coach Kevin Kelly had nothing more than a bowl
Seton Hall
of
had
gravy
an
for
assist
dinner.
against William
They couldn't
Mary
afford
last week.
biscuits. It was a half miracle that he became the
Speak to
first
the
in his
attack of
family
Virginia
to
Tech
go
as
to
well.
college. So how did he get from
Connor
there
Pugh transferred
to being
from
buddies
Coastal
with people
Carolina.
like Bill Belichick? Well, that's easy. He believed in himself
Around.
and in his numbers.
Number 17, Nick Blacklock.
This is a team that does not kick the
You had to
football.
put on
They
the
love
brakes.
onside kicks.
I'm going to catch so many emails saying you're a
Pugh,
quack,
somebody
you're
really
this,
took
you're
advantage of
that.
the opening
I believe
weekend
that
for
much in
Jacob
what I'm doing
Labovitz was serving
that I'm
as
willing to
a
take all that comes with it.
suspension.
This is
And
Kevin Kelly.
Coach
First-year
Brisson
head
talking about
coach
from a
at
Labatt standpoint,
Presbyterian
how he's
College,
peaking right now at the
which
right
doesn't
time,
offer
Bailey.
football
He missed that
scholarships,
Marshall
is
game,
one of
so
the
it took him a
smallest
couple extra weeks to get
fiscally
into
challenged programs in the
game form.
FCS.
Do you know how to run a
Certainly
play?
in form now, getting
Kelly
a big
is a
goal
little
in
bit
what had
different.
seemingly been a
I love the
deadlock
style.
match.
I love how brash he is with it. People have been studying that
Silva
guy for a long time.
launching a ball with the left foot up to Pugh.
Obviously, we don't punt. Does not punt. Goes for it on
Knocked the
fourth
ball away
down.
by
We
Strati.
don't use whistles in
Throwing
practice.
Joyce.
We don't do any tackling in practice.
Does not kick extra points unless they're up by 21 points. Onside kicks most of the time.
We
Pressure
have
here from the
infinity
Bucks. Gotta throw it
onside
in.
kicks, as many as you want, depending on where the sun is in the sky, to
Flag
blind
came
the
up.
opponent.
Free kick.
You
for
have a
ETSU.
sun in the sky onside kicker?
Strati
Yes,
to hit
sir.
the deck.
He accounts for everything.
Followed him. He's a little unconventional, but he's had great success.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Pugh
Nice job.
bumping
Good
the
effort.
freshman there.
I mean, we started doing this style in
Spirited.
2003.
Now 8 games
It was pre-Moneyball,
with 3
but nobody knew what
starts
it
as a
was, and
freshman
nobody knew what the
for
analytics, and I wanted
David
to know more.
Casper's team.
And football just wasn't coming around.
During an 18-year high school coaching career in Arkansas, Kelly combined analytics and an innovative offense to win 9 state championships.
And Pulaski Academy. Those are the kind of moments where ETSU's got the
We started
ball
playing
down
it
the field
differently
and
because they couldn't
attacking
win
their
doing it
spot.
the other way because we didn't have
And
big
the Hokies
kids.
pressure has
Most
been
people that
absorbed
know
in
about
moments
Pulaski
like
Academy,
those.
they're not a punting team.
Kelly was convinced his methods and math would work on the college
Official
level, but there wasn't a fit until this past
Questioned
May,
by
when
someone on the
Presbyterian
field,
College in
picked up by
Clinton,
our
South
Nat
Carolina,
South. I believe it was
enrollment
Dominic Foster, someone with a
933,
pretty thick
offered
English
him a
accent.
job
A quality strike on goal from a free kick. Martino made the save to keep this a shutout.
Okay. Next time in the swamp for Peyton, 1997. Jermaine Cope went for a touchdown, but then this was a big play picked up by Fred Weary.
Yeah, this seems to be a staple for College Game Day. I started in the show in 1996. It was like every year you went to the Tennessee-Florida game, no matter where it was.
And throw in coming for the Buccaneers.
They just could not get over the hump while he was there. And ironically, there's Al Wilson, what a great player he was.
Yeah, Peyton could beat it.
Yeah, 98. T. Martin ended up doing it.
The reference to the nickname that Peyton's mother had for him back when he was a little kid, and they were perfect against him. And right now, Florida's won 15 of the last 16 against Tennessee. You like him today?
Hey, you talked about Alabama, Florida. I was really, really impressed with Dan Mullen and their coaching staff and what they did to keep their guys focused.
Pushing the attacking
to
third.
fight their way
and
back in
another
that game.
big free kick coming. And Holzer.
I do too, but I do think this will be close.
Try to look
Alabama
for
hangover has
a
been
sequel.
real. And getting up for that.
A great free
Tennessee's
kick that
going to
he
be
took
ready
in the
for them.
first
So I think
half,
it'll be a little bit
maybe
closer to
trying
the
to get it
beginning.
past
But Anthony Richardson and
Martino
company
coming
will
up
pull
here
away
in the
because I think he'll be back.
Wait to see if he can
I think he'll be back.
I think we all see the same thing. This is where you learn about the maturity and the leadership of the Florida Gators after that Alabama game a week ago. The best thing happened to them is they get a game against Tennessee. That'll help, I think, the emotions. I like Florida in this game.
Yeah, Tennessee's played a little bit better with Hendon Hooker at quarterback. Heupel says that they're ready to hit some deep shots. How about the Florida and Tennessee play? The headline game of the day in the SEC, at AT&T
Buccaneers
Stadium,
trying
Texas
to
A&M
throw a wrench into the mix here.
Arkansas. You know, no matter what happens,
all
in Jerry World, it seems
again.
like the Hogs are headed in the right direction under Sam Pittman. This is a really tough three-game stretch they've got coming up. But look at how they've been able to turn things around with the trademark.
Khalil Dover coming in.
Sam
another
Pittman,
look, just
4 and 20,
didn't strike
and
that
then
as cleanly as his
6 and
first one,
7. Jen Latta joins us. Hey, you know what? He's got his dream job at Arkansas, Jen, and he has the Hogs dreaming big.
Yeah, let's go back in time just a little bit, guys. 2 years ago, when Arkansas was looking for a new head coach, a number of Sam Pittman's former players came together and drafted a letter campaigning for the likable but lifelong offensive line coach to get the job, saying he is the man. That endorsement, as you know, worked. So far, so is everything Sam Pittman is doing at Arkansas.
Obviously, a way more urgent
I'm so
sense
tired
for
of hearing
Virginia
about
Tech
where
to try
we've
to
been.
equalize
It's where we're headed and where we're going. To get where we want to go, you can't be satisfied where you're at.
10 minutes
What
separated.
is the state of Arkansas football?
A lot better than what it was 13 games ago.
Trying to go up and
forward for the Hokies. Here's Joyce.
Turn that
Australia up to Dover. Dover, can he sneak it past Perryman? Instead, it'll be a corner kick.
Excellent efforts
When Sam Pittman was introduced
from both
as
Dover
Arkansas
coming in
head
off the
coach
bench,
in
but give it up for
2019,
Josh
he
Perryman.
cried.
That's a tough spot.
After
You're either
more than
all
30
in on
years
coming
as an
out,
offensive
bailing,
line
or
coach,
staying
he
in.
says he never
Excellent
thought
effort
he'd
to
be
keep this at
considered
2-0.
for a head coaching gig.
So another
Let
corner
alone
for the Hokies.
be leading the team he loved as a kid.
Isn't it the greatest mascot of all time?
For years, the
Blacklock.
Razorbacks had been at the bottom of
Howley.
the SEC. So Pittman's first
trying to step
priority
up.
was
Here's
bringing the
Flores.
Arkansas back to Arkansas.
To Weber.
Oh, we're a blue-collar
Looking
state.
for a
We
head.
brought back the working man mentality and just
And
being
Perryman punches the ball away. It'll be another corner.
For conditioning. If you want to walk
Hokies
off the
picking the
damn
ball around
field,
the
I'm
box.
gonna run your ever-living ass.
They were
3
missing
saves
a
for Perryman
true
tonight.
leader of his football
Another chance for
program.
Blacklock
A true
here.
leader.
Run through it. Run
Have a
through
look
it.
at
Run
Howley
through
again,
it.
Evan.
Good job, St.
Again,
John.
at 6'6",
If they're
such a
having
prime
fun,
target
I
to
believe
try
that
and
they can reach their full
serve one up on a
potential.
platter
That
to
one
him.
move. There you go. Good rep,
The
Bo.
referee, De
all
Silva,
the time, the loudest we should be at
almost
practice is
perfectly
when someone
struck,
does something
certainly
right.
perfectly
Go throw a
found his
fastball
head,
and
but
make a move.
young
Fastball,
man
move.
from Brazil
There
couldn't
it
push
is,
the ball
Jumbo.
past
That's
Perryman
it.
there.
He made us kind of have a sense of pride about being
Wide to the left off of the head, but got to think that one of these days a corner kick, and a header like that's going to go in for Virginia Tech.
No doubt, that's a tough
The
spot
first sign
to,
of
De
success came
Silva.
in 2020. After
turn that
20
angle that
straight
to the far
conference
post.
losses, Arkansas beat Mississippi State.
To the 10, to the goal line. Touchdown, Arkansas.
Slides the ball up for Pugh.
Here's the speed of Dover.
Dover with fresh legs, playing forward.
After the game,
Dover
Pittman delivered the
couldn't
line
get the ball to
that
Pugh.
would become a hit with the Hogs.
He says, turn that damn jukebox on.
Turn that damn jukebox on. you're out of the doldrums.
Midfield.
You're out of the Arkansas 2-10s. We were ready to go.
And there hasn't been much
outnumbered in the
crying
attack.
Fayetteville since.
First 2-0 start they've had in the last 5 years.
Portas.
Arkansas has manhandled Texas
O'Brien.
tonight. Oh, here come the students.
Try to drop it off
I
there,
turned
Bailey.
around and I see the whole student section just empty.
There's the speed. Look at the creativity from this Silva. Talk about almost like a change up there. Speed.
Again, they're just
Coach
sprinting
Pittman
forward
is
as well.
building a culture that is nothing that Arkansas has seen before. We're bringing it and we're rolling. Like, we're ready to go. We're ready to keep winning. We're ready to keep going and playing.
The ball out.
I didn't have any
Inside of
experience with all this
18
stuff,
minutes
so
left.
I don't know if I'm doing it right or not, but I will say this: I'm doing
Throw
it
in
exactly
Hokies.
like I want to.
Again, for ETSU, trying to get something going offensively. And again, I
He
think the
is
story
just
of the second
so
half,
easy
Bailey,
to
we haven't
root
talked
for,
about
guys. You know, another
Derek
way that he's
Hamels has been
endeared
taken out
himself
of
to
this
the
game
Hogs faithful. He's
for
let
ETSU.
them
Of course,
in
Mike
with
Rebbe
the
and
launch
Coach
of
have done a
Hogs
tremendous job
Plus, which provided us a
making the
ton of the video
adjustments because
that
in the
you
first
saw
half,
there.
a
Of course,
couple
if
of
you
great
know the
runs
team and you know the
on the
coach, you're
wing.
more willing to root for them.
It was
And
kinda
guys,
dictating
say it
what
with
he
me.
wanted to do.
Is it working? Yes, sir.
You see how well it works today against those Aggies today. This stretch at Arkansas is coming up. Aggies today at Georgia, at Ole Miss. FBI says the toughest.
McDowell's got the assist. It'll be the game-winning one to put the Hokies up 1-0.
We'll know a little bit about pigs when they whoop pig. Yeah. We're going to find out a little bit on ESPN too. Missouri and Boston College. Missouri coming in as the touchscreen counting us down to kickoff. Eli Drinkwitz, we've had some fun with those remarks. He's clarified. Just wanted to play in a regional.
Silva.
But halfway used it, I'm sure. And at
that
noon
looked
on
to be
ESPN,
deflected initially.
there's Mike Leach and old
Off of a
bully coming
Buccaneer
in.
defender,
Touchscreen
then
counting
right
us down to
to
kickoff.
him.
It's under an hour 25.
I think it
so
almost
we
caught
get
him off
things
guard.
started.
Again, let's take
Where
another
they want
look here.
More cowbell. Coach O, shirt intact.
It was
unlike what we
deflected
saw
off
with
of
Eli
the
earlier.
head
Remember, no Derek Stingley.
Dominic
We don't
Foster, and then
anticipate.
right
So you're saying there may be some guys that want to play today
It
for
seemed,
LSU?
Devin,
Is that
as
what
if
you're saying?
that was a defensive
Immortal word
for
from a wise
Silva to
man.
get out of the
I
way
say
of the
nothing.
ball rather than actually score.
We're always saying everything, right?
Exactly.
We could hear that
Jack
from up
Cohn
here.
and Graham
It's a
Burke,
loud collision.
one-time teammates.
You.
They'll go head to
As
head
Weber
today.
open.
Counting us down to kick off
Step back.
inside an hour and a half before we start in Soldier Field between these two guys
Virginia
who
Tech
know
has
each
had a
other well.
couple of
Don't go anywhere. More on
quality
this game
opportunities, but
coming.
it's over
More on
now,
Arkansas,
bringing the
Oklahoma
speed there.
ahead of
Richards.
12. Much more on College Game Day and a quick word right now.
Tries
from
with the
Utah.
right foot and forces a corner.
It's game day. Aren't you supposed to be at the desk?
And that's probably the best look that Panholzer's had all this second half.
Here to talk football.
You can't have
Bailey, you think
football
ahead
without the
for
hut.
ETSU this year, you've got a guy like Tarek
that's pretty good.
Panholzer. You're going to be able to win a lot of games with the SoCon.
Right now, just 2 matches or 2 games in the SoCon for ETSU this season. They drew against Mercer, lost to Belmont. Portas. Carlson to Toits. Wow. Just turned around and instead ripped that off of the camera right behind
Wisconsin has about 26,000
Well, tonight
alums
a
that
very
live in Chicago.
special
It's the
night for our
largest
ACC
alumni
network
chapter
crew
of
here at
University of
Virginia
Wisconsin
Tech. It is
outside
the
of
second
state.
ever
About 20,000 in the Notre Dame
fully
club
staffed
live in the
student-run
greater
production
Chicagoland area.
tonight. So you take a look at our
So many
crew.
of them starting to converge on
Director
Soldier
Isaac
Field.
Poe, producer Tanner Barnes, Jet Willingham, Caitlin Brown,
Special
Autumn
thanks to
Zimbel,
our good
Henry
friends
Alves,
at Wheels Up,
Olivia
Wisconsin
Cook,
alum
Andrew
Kenny
Clark,
Victor, who helped us get our
Lachlan
celebrity
Tim
guest
Flynn,
kicker
Olivia
each and every
Hudak,
week. This week
Maggie
it is
Madani,
Danica Patrick.
Emily Logue, Spencer
Have her
Hayden,
join us to
Patrick
make some
Campbell,
picks at the end of
all
this time on ABC.
You know, especially that back line.
Great scene here in Chicago as we await Notre Dame and Wisconsin in Soldier Field. And the Longhorns are in the house.
Even in the early moments of the second half,
the Huskies counting us down to kickoff in Austin.
What a move from Blacklock.
And a great slide tackle.
3 trips. Counting down kickoff there. Texas Tech trying to go for their first 4-0 start since 2013. They said it was time to win. Matt Wells and company have been. Here's what he had to say to the Red Raiders.
I love the analogy, okay, because all you do is describing West Texas people with the oil in the gas. Some days it's good, some days it's bad.
Already has
some
a
years
yellow
it's
card.
good, some years they don't go
his
running.
Physical play.
They stay together and they fight, okay? And that's who we're starting to really, really become. We don't need any Superman acts tomorrow. No out-of-body experiences, okay? When the throw there, Chuck, make it. Easy. When the catch is there, Kalen, just make the catch. When the open field tackle's there, just make it. We don't need to do anything extraordinary. We don't need Superman, okay? Just be us. Just be us the whole time.
They're playing for the Chancellor Spurs. They've also talked about when Texas moves to the SEC, making sure they continue this ride.
Yeah, I think Texas will win this game. I think the quarterback switch has helped them offensively. I think they'll figure it out. I got Texas winning.
Yeah, Casey Thompson's been more efficient.
Play calling,
10 minutes left.
Found out life's a little bit more difficult than when you're at Alabama and you get all these players and all the offensive line and all the protection. But I think I'm interested to see Iowa State continue too.
Where he's dangerous, Bailey.
Obviously, the stumble early in the season.
That's the ball out to the left.
After they lost to Iowa, Iowa State doesn't exist
in the
anymore.
middle.
You had to beat Iowa. That's before you can talk and come to the big boy table. But
on
they can still prove themselves. They can still be a player.
Howgley forces.
And I think they got to get back to just running the football.
I think we can hear Seaver and Howgley on the crowd mic saying
no foul. On Baylor. I think it's a Texas game for me. Because you don't want to get into a shootout. You know, you don't want Tyler Shuck to go out there throwing for 350 yards against your defense. That's what
ETSU, remember, the story of the day has been 4 non-conference games within the top 25.
And Sark finds a way to get a lot of touches to him.
Action in Johnson City, Tennessee against Wofford on October 2nd.
And look at
I'm fascinated by Baylor and Iowa State.
Yeah, it's a great game.
Baylor's been very quiet to start. You have one job.
But that also means you're going to have more home games down the stretch of the conference, which is always
See who did their job well. I'm tempted. You can tell I'm tempted. And we'll go on the field. Notre Dame and Wisconsin will give you a field pass. Later on, we're going to move inside Soldier Stadium. Get you ready for that one.
You know what you're going to get, and you better be ready on your side.
All the hard work we put in all summer, all fall camp, this is a chance to let all of it out. It's going to be one of those games that you won't ever forget.
This is a Shamrock Series game.
Redshirt senior.
10th one Notre Dame has played. They go around the country doing it. They're 9-0 so far. There's Graham Merck.
ETSU is going to be in a lot of
It's really big for him, too. He talked a lot about Cone.
Talked a lot about Jack Cone.
Needs to. Made the right choice.
Better, and not just any game, but especially against Jack Cone and Notre Dame.
Stepping through on Portas there.
Malusi.
Job on defense.
Put up pretty good numbers.
I think that
Go against that Notre Dame defense.
Quietly is one of the most impressive players for Virginia Tech, not only in how he plays, but the physical build for the defender for the Hokies.
Yeah, could not agree more. And it's a very big duo on that back line with De Silva and Sievert Howgley. And both are different kinds of players. Again, Howgley can dominate with his height at 6'6", and De Silva, very athletic. Not that Howgley's not, but I think both complement each other very well. And both are co-captains together.
You can expect that with two guys
sweet
that
relish,
never
diced onions and some tomato slices and sport peppers. Gotta have the sport peppers and a pickle spear.
McDowell?
Top it all off with the all-important celery salt. And that's a Chicago dog. Oh, one last thing. No ketchup. Ever.
I agree with that. On a hot dog, you can never go ketchup. And I'm a ketchup guy. I put ketchup on everything, but I don't do it on a hot dog.
Bear's name written all over.
I do. I like ketchup on a hot dog.
On a hot dog?
But not on a steak.
Yeah.
Baron Wolfson, Chicago's Doghouse here in Chicago.
Still there for
What about
Virginia
Chicago
Tech.
pizza?
Deep dish, baby.
Yeah.
Deep dish.
Good.
some home for little twin. I'll be taking some home for little twin.
Those shots on goal.
LC had some for lunch yesterday.
Yes.
How about these signs?
Counterattack here.
That's signs.
Counterattack.
Tucked a little bit there.
That's pretty good.
That was exceptional.
That's good. That's good.
Take a review because
but they're saying it like it's bad. Rather be a cone
They've adopted Jack Cone.
ETSU starting
this was funny. We had this accusation
Southern
of levied
Conference
against
play.
Kirby
They are
Smart,
picked to finish
Brian Kelly raises his hand.
fifth. They have Wofford coming up on Saturday.
Well, that's money well spent. I'll tell you that.
I think so. Touchdown.
Touchdown to turnover.
Oh, my God.
Touchdown is my grandma.
Promising for ETSU. They outshot Mercer 20-7.
And Paul Chris, the head coach of the Badgers. See, that's a nice little play on words between Notre Dame and the head coach of the Badgers.
This is a Buck squad that does have
Coach, I
a lot
know
of
the reunion with
experience.
Jack Cone has been a topic of conversation all week long. How do you want your guys to approach facing their former teammates?
Well, it's Wisconsin versus Notre Dame, you know, and it's a great thing about football. It's a team sport, and it's our team going up against their team.
Your team has struggled in the red zone in its first 2 games. How much of an emphasis did you place on that this week heading into this matchup with Notre Dame?
I think you're always trying to emphasize it. You know, I mean, the majority of your points are going to come in the red zone. And obviously, we haven't been good to this point, and if we want to play well and be the best offense we can be, not just today, but going forward, you've got to be
Back to midfield for Hougley.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you.
They don't need their quarterback to be productive in the red zone. You see the issues they've had in a couple of games so far.
5 minutes to play. Here comes McDowell.
The red zone is never going to help you.
On the cross.
Not just the red zone.
For the head of Pugh.
2 touchdowns, 7 interceptions over his last 7 games. Dating to last year. That's one of the reasons that Paul, nice as he can be, didn't really want to talk about that whole quarterback issue. But the red zone issue in Wisconsin gets here, they've got to pay it off.
Yeah, you have to. I tell you what, no matter what level of football you're playing on, the most concentration during practice is when you have a red zone period. High school, college, NFL. All the levity ceases because the coaches understand that this is the money period. Everything condenses, the windows are smaller, they're tighter, and you have to really be on point. Precision is a must in the red zone. For them to struggle the way they did, even small things, Kurt, like handoff. How could you not hand the ball off in the red zone? So, Coach, you were telling them, when you practice in the red zone, everything is ceases and 100% focus.
Yeah, I think one of the things that not only about the focus, but about the execution.
Yeah.
To me, that comes back to Grant Mertz.
100%.
You know, like he's got to be dialed in on the entire game, but especially on third downs and in the red zone. These are areas where he's got to go. He's got plenty of ability. He's got talent around him, but he's got to, just saying, on the handoff, the ball can't be on the ground. They remember the Penn State game. How many times do you see Penn State with a big interception? I mean, they had 3 turnovers alone in the red zone. So, you know, I'm not pointing at all. Usually I defend the quarterback, but in this case, when it comes to red zone failures so far, it's been on Grant Mertz.
Let's talk Wisconsin defense. Wisconsin defense this year
every time he's on the golf
is in the top 5 in all major categories. But their challenge today is Notre Dame's big play offense.
Through at the midfield,
You got to stop the big plays.
As Blacklock in the box. Weber storming in as well. Labovitz over the post. What a rocket.
We'll see that face of frustration because when he gets space, he can turn on the Jets, Bailey. That was a rocket off his right foot. Take a look at this, folks.
Friday night,
high. There's so much velocity on that ball.
Will turn you over if you're not
trying to go upper 90.
Well, the MAC versus the Big Ten. Sometimes a good MAC team can sneak up on a Big Ten team.
2.5 minutes left.
I don't see that in this one. Ken has already played A&M and Iowa. Now they get Maryland. Terps lead the Big Ten in passing, 343 per game. Tagovailoa has 76% of his passes, 7 touchdowns, no interceptions. We keep talking about these receivers that he has a chance to throw to. These guys, Jared and Demas, both these guys are NFL players. Kent had some issues today.
Yeah, Nebraska and Michigan State, I tell you what, the Cornhuskers showed up. They were competitive a week ago against Oklahoma. Let's see if they can continue that today against Michigan State, who went down to Miami Miami and just took care of the Canes offensively, defensively. These guys outscored Miami 21-3
Blacklock searching for a brace.
in the fourth quarter to win that game.
The defense was there.
Homecoming at Michigan against Rutgers.
Oh my goodness.
Already a couple of 50-plus yard
right
runs.
there.
Friends at Pro Football Focus say he's the best running back. Michigan doesn't throw it often, but they've been effective. 3 touchdown passes for 50 yards or longer. Rutgers going to have to put
not
some
let up
heat
at
on
all.
the quarterback.
No, they really haven't. And I think
6.5 tackles for loss at second in the nation. Rutgers is missing starting cornerback Max Melton from a paintball incident.
Looking for Blacklock again, and instead, wide left.
Rutgers has played clean football. Michigan hasn't thrown much.
Non-conference game for
old
Virginia
Michigan
Tech,
football.
obviously, against ETSU.
Running
They're
ball
going to travel
defense.
Boston
Doing a great
College
job,
on
because the
Friday,
schedule gets
though.
a lot tougher. They got to go at
Eagles, and
Michigan
then
State
be
and
right
at Penn
back
State.
here
But the good news,
6 days
they got
later,
the Buckeyes at home. That's a big game.
I'm going to tell you this. I've not seen juice in the Michigan backfield since the running back coach for Michigan played back in 2006, Mike Hart. Blake Corum, I don't know how you feel, Desmond. When Blake Corum gets the ball, it just feels different than it has for the last 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years. And when you throw in Hassan Haskins, who can come in and give him a 1-2 punch, he brings physicality.
Look at the defense.
It's really taken. It's
footwork.
just fun to see Michigan
well
control the line of scrimmage and run the ball for 350 yards a game. No, he's right. It's going to get tougher. They've not had to throw. Kate McNamara right now is just chilling.
23 seconds left.
Not turning the ball over. There's going to become a game where he's going to have to throw. Those receivers are going to have to make plays. It won't be today.
So I'm watching the game. I'm watching the Washington game with my sons, and I'm like, yeah, you see this right here? This is exactly how the Wolverines look right before your dad came in.
Martino taking his time. The Hokies for the first time this season.
And it was